Culture is a game. Are you cultivated? Receptors, your scepters, the scepter, the spine, your hands are your hands and your feet, and even further your intestines cultivated, because you're a tree, a 3-3, a 33. You have 33 vertebrae in your spine. We have 33 stages in Freemasonry, but we have even maybe 42, or we have 360 degrees of gnosis and knowledge. So why are we here? What is this whole experience about? From a very high perspective, humans have fallen into this existence, and to exit out of this matrix, of this illusion, of this Maya, we can cultivate ourselves, and we cultivate through culture. Now, if we go back in time, we take a look in Asia, for example. In Asia, there have been a lot of different cultivation methods. Taoist ways, martial arts. Taos means ways, a way of life, which gets into the why, the runes, the Vikings, spelling, symbols, signs. Because why gives us always, out of one opportunity, 2 more, which gets into the 3, or into the tree, because the tree grows out of the opportunities that we get. You get this? So there are always rabbit holes that we can go further into. But the source is always the cell. This is a giant body, a giant cell. And to get out of the cell, to see it from a higher perspective, to not be incubated, we free the spirit from the matter. Now the spirit lives in the matter of the body, of the avatar. And to be more transparent and to synchronize better, I'm becoming more fluid. And I'm resonating with universal ideas, because I am empty. I am sound. I create. If I clap, you hear this? If I'm clapping, I create sound. Like if most people are clapping, they do. I can't even do it. It's like and I could also switch between that, you know. But I compress air in my lungs and I breathe it out. And my tongue that I'm spitting with, I hold my spit. I hold my spit throughout the whole day, and I dissolve everything which gets into me. Because what I'm saying is nasty, is venom. It's venom. And I spit it because my tongue is so sharp and my focus is so sharp with what I'm speaking and spelling, that I'm destroying you with my words. Because my tongue is about that what are rapers doing? Rapers and rappers spit. They spit in G. They spitting what? Now, but not to get far off the track. Are you cultivated? The quest is, most people are cultivated in a culture which is informing them into consumerism. Now, consumerism is not good and bad, but it distracts you from your source, which is yourself. And this is why I say it's very important to build up your routine, to build up your temple, your body, your avatar, your source. You are the source. I'm not your source, but you are your own source. And you could choose your own way, your own Tao, your own why. Why? Why are you here? That's your decision. Now, you have to face your own creation. I have to face my creation. Sometimes I'm like, fuck, that's me. All I'm reflecting, all I'm seeing, all I'm perceiving is me. Now my hands and my feet, my intestines are cultivated. Why? Because I stay true to my routine. I stay true to my wow, Tao, Tao. Wow, that's my Tao. And I'm walking my path and I stay true to it. No matter what, I'm going through that. What helps is to get into shamans maybe again, although we have not, the Christmas time is over, right? No, Christmas is like, for me, all the time, because I'm a shaman. Now, Santa, Satan, was basically a shaman from Russia, from Siberia. Now, I told you already the story from the shamans in Siberia, why they're wearing red and white, but this story, the mushrooms, the drying of the mushrooms, the reindeers, psilocybin and everything, but the eyes are fooling us, and people are very fooled by this culture, because this culture is not for cultivating yourself. If this, like from a very enlightened perspective, this culture is very, very, very low standard. Like, what are the values of this culture? Knowledge? No, this culture is not about knowledge. This knowledge is not wise. This culture is not about wisdom, not about wizardry, not about magic, not about esoterics, not about true knowledge, not about health. It's about hell, but it's not about healing. It's not about that. It's about stuffing. Stuff your face, stuff yourself, stuff your flat, stuff your room, consume more. And then if we would get into minimalism gets all, like, minimalism is also getting it's about what you resonate with. It's about what you resonate with, because you are a cymatic. I'm an empty cell. I'm just adapting to what I'm seeing. I'm sound. I'm resonating with the things around me. Now, how can I do this? How can I be so adaptable? Because on the very deepest surface, I'm nothing. I'm just black. Source. Source means that if you have a server, because this is maybe what people understand the best in these times, if we would have a server, if we would have a storage space, and if you would code something, if you would be a hacker, if you would be a programmer, you have a black window, and then you have like what's that? That's water. That's water dropping the stone, like digging deeper into the hole. I'm so intelligent with this, I'm sorry. But that's basically where you start to ingest the program. Start to ingest a program into yourself. Now, if I would be very empty, and sometimes I really like the hole, I like my pupil, I like my blackness, I like nothing. I like just like doing nothing, just observing the shit. But then I'm like, okay, let's do something about it. Let's enjoy this experience. Let's have something in this realm. All right, you get this perspective? So are you willing to listen to this? I hope so. Because that might be good for you. So from that source on, where the water, the distilled water is dropping, the Shivamukhalpa is dropping into the surface, you start to program yourself, your avatar, with an idea, with a sound. You ingest a sound. That's when you become that. That's when you start to program your sound avatar. What you're resonating with, which gets into electric motions, emotions, electromagnetism, feeling and sending something out, receiving something, and receptors. Your receptors are all over your body. Your hands, your feet are full with that. Also internally, you have a lot of receptors. Now, how can you cultivate that? How can you ingest the cultivation? How can you feel and sense? I start to cultivate myself when I think about something. My mind is steering my direction where I would like to go. It's all my mind, it's nothing else. So I'm not even have to say something, but my mind is imagining. That's magic. Imagination means magic. I magic nation. Listen. You better listen and shut down your mouth. You do this, I do this, okay? And then we all do this. And then we start to sense more. Alright? All whole, let's say all whole. All whole. It's all a hole where we can dig into if you're willing to listen. So when I cultivate myself and I think about cultivation practices, what is it that it's universal, that's resonating on a very good universal frequency? For me, it's only my experience, but from my experience I can tell you that this is very intelligent and this is very universal. Falun Dafa, Falun Gong, truthfulness, compassion and tolerance. You resonate with that. I resonate with that. This is why you can plug me into nearly everything, and I'm very synchronizing. I'm synchronizing the things. Why? Because my cymatics are balancing. Na?
Hallo.
Hi.
Das ist unser Stellplatz.
Ja.
Und ab und zu kommt hier mal ein größeres Auto.
Okay.
Wenn Sie denn also wirklich Ihren Platz ausnutzen könnten.
Stehe ich auf Ihrem Platz?
Ja, ziemlich weit vorne, ne?
Okay.
Hinten ist noch, wenn Sie Rückfahrkamera anmachen, dann ist da noch mindestens so einen Meter Platz.
Okay. Ja, dann fahre ich ein Stück Meter nach hinten.
Nee, sonst war das ja immer in Ordnung, ne?
Ja.
Aber ab und zu kriegen wir mal Besuch und dann fahren wir das kleine Auto woanders hin.
Okay.
Damit die dann hier auf unseren Platz können, ne?
Ja, dann merke ich mir so ungefähr die Hecke da, ne?
Nee, da hinten fangen ja diese anderen, da ist ja extra noch so ein Freiraum, dass die dahinter auch noch einparken können. Da ist ja noch dieses, die sind ja auch lackiert ungefähr, die Dinger hier, ne?
Ja.
Da ist ja so eine Lackierung.
Ah ja, okay.
Ne?
Ja, gut.
Sonst war das ja immer weiter hinten, ne? Aber
Weiß ich Bescheid.
weil meine Frau, die kann ab und zu mal nicht rückwärts richtig fahren und dann
Machen wir so.
alles klar. Aber sonst alles gut?
Ja, sonst alles gut. Danke.
Also neu hier, ne?
Genau, seit 30. Dezember.
Bei Gaudi hier, ne?
Genau. Und Sie? Sie? Ja. Wo wohnen Sie? Hier? Ah ja.
Und man hat uns die Eigentümer, die haben dann mal abgestimmt, wer jetzt im Verwaltungsbeirat sein soll. Und irgendwelche dummen Sachen laufen in
Ja.
Ja, viel Ärger mit der Heizung. Die ist ja jahrelang nicht funktioniert. Und irgendwann habe ich mal den neuen Heizungsmann angerufen, aber auch tatsächlich Pellets bestellt hat. Weil das läuft jetzt alles über Fernabfrage, über Funk.
Alles klar.
Ja?
Ja, cool. Super. Okay, aber ich merke mir das hier, ne?
Nicht verunruhigt, ne? Aber
Alles gut. Machen wir so.
zufrieden also?
Auf jeden Fall. Reich? Gut. Perfekt. Danke. Yeah, so this is why you see, right? This is why you see that I'm very adaptable. And I don't take care even like, oh, the mirror was still running. Yeah, but that's about that. It's exactly about this. That I don't just like, what do I have to hide? What do I should be afraid of? Nothing. I don't have to be afraid of something. Because this game is very interesting. This game is a trick to myself. I only trick myself out. My mind's playing tricks on me. So I keep mirroring myself because this illusion is so like, basically I mirror myself to stay true to my own routine and stay true to my track, because this is part of my routine. This is part of my Tao, my track, my cultivation method, my cultivation way. This is a very mystical, shamanized, alchemical, magical, imaginational cultivation path. And I'm mastering that. And to master this is like most people have even problems with being structured, to one thing. But you know what I'm doing? I'm structured to chaos. How can you do this? I'm structured to chaos. Because like when you really start to understand this, life is very chaotic, and life is like, most people's receptors are not working. They are not on and off. Hello. See? Like everybody's waving the Buddha hands. That's good. That's good, because I send it out. That means my receptors are working. And my receptors are working on the very far level. Like this is what I told you when I was saying my aura, my aurin, my aurum, my urine, my realm, my aura is even beyond the horizon. This is my area where I'm working with. And even beyond this, basically, I've reached it. Like, I'm building up, but I stay humble with this, but I know what I'm, like, I start to consciously understand what I'm building. I'm building up my own realm. I'm building up my own kingdom. My own heavenly realm, my own heavenly God space. You get this? I'm building up an own structured method. I'm building up an own structured realm, kingdom, track, Tao. So you can come and join me if you're willing to listen. And this is basically this is what channels are on YouTube. But most people's channels is only structured to one specific idea. It's structured to consumerism, it's structured to selling something. I don't sell you something. I'm a wandering God. I know that, but I stay humble with it. And I'm here to give you your power back. I'm here to remind you to who you truly are. If you want to do that, if you want to listen to me, if you want to, and if you have the willpower to cultivate your senses. Now we can get into the receptors and the spine and movement and feeling and sensing and blocking your senses and opening yourself up and doing urine into your senses, doing urine into your ears, eyes, nose, and having good intentions in your brain, because you have also receptors inside of your body, inside your intestines, on-side your, you see I'm shining right now. You have receptors inside your organs. And you could start to cultivate your organs. People are using orgone. I don't have to use orgone. All I'm using is myself and tools that I'm presented with. And I'm just shut down my mirror and listen to my voice. Don't look at my videos. Listen to them. Listen to my voice. Listen to what I do, and do find out for you if it's working. I become my organs. I become my hand. I become my feet. I cultivate my hands. I do this, and the whole thing changes. But you don't even feel that. You don't even understand this. And I don't even understand it too. Because this is a game. This is my imagination could give me wings. My imagination gives me wings, and my imagination takes me everywhere where I want to go. So the quest is only what is the quest. What is the path? Where is it that I want to go? And then it becomes that. Then I see it. But people's illusionary mirror and program, which is running down their mind in the in your tricks, not in the matrix, but in your tricks, because you cannot even decode and spell, because you have been programmed. And I don't even know what this language is, because I'm from a different realm, for sure. I'm from a different realm, and I'm just using English, Angelish instead of German, because I like to decode Angelish. I like to decode that, the signs and letters and symbols from English and how they sound to me. It makes more sense, and I could even do that with German, but that would be like, I could do that, but because basically it's the same thing. It's how it's working. It's how the sound is connected to the symbol, and how you then understand what it means. And now I'm speaking from a very far perspective, because on the highest level I don't talk. I just exist, and I concentrate and focus in my mind on something. And this is how I dig the hole into earth, and then I construct it with my hands out of nothing. This is shamanism. This is alchemy. This is how gods create. But beings have forgotten their alchemy. Although they're doing alchemy, imagination, magic, spells, language, all the time. They're doing it all the freaking damn time, but they are not conscious about it. This is why I tell you that these beings are under a spell that they do not even know. Their mind is programmed onto something. Their nervous system is very hexed and cursed. They are not free. They're not a free spirit. They're under a spell. Now I could free myself from that. I could free my avatar from all of this, because I know how my avatar works. I have the blueprint for that. Fasting, like the most extreme and fastest and most efficient way is just start to consume nothing. Instead of yourself, instead of your own piss. But most people can't do that. No, that's not true. That can't be. But Think about where you're coming from. Think about where you were swimming into 9 months. Yeah, but that was something else. Like, do your own research. I can only, like, here you have it. I present it to you. I give it to you from my heart. I give it to you like everything that I have learned over the past years and that I'm practicing, and I'm on this routine, and I'm not like a crazy esoteric hippie. I can tell you, I know for a fact that I'm a very high cultivated being. I'm a high cultivated God. And I'm not saying this from a perspective of I'm better than you. I'm saying that from a very humble and empathical way. Because I'm here to empower humanity. And I'm sharing that from my heart. And I just try to use this language that we get, this version of this tool that I'm like, this tool that I have. I try to give you, I try to be as naked as possible to you, in order to be as real as possible, as truthful. So your receptors are connected to scepters and magic and feelings. Hair, just what you should have here. Your hair is one of the more densified versions of your scepters, of your receptors, of your light scepters. This is how you feel things better. This is how you grow out your persona, your mask. And then you start to see, well, basically I could, like culture was putting that onto me. But I burned the shit off. I burned your shitty mask off. And I become my own God. I become my own wandering self. Because like I told you, I am the source. You are the source. Society is telling you that society is a black magic spell. But you don't believe in magic. You don't believe in imagination. You don't know that this is a magical realm. You don't know that all is mind. You're too densified. Your mind is too dense to see it yet. And maybe your mind is not too dense because you're too light. And this is why I always give you the complete opposite to restructure yourself. But I see that most snakes, most spines are very slowed down. And this is per se not bad, because I also like it to be slowed down. I ingest the shittiest foods. And I'm very destroying sometimes of myself. But only because I know the complete opposite. Now, if you would have a diagram, or a star, all the, for example, the hand, all the parameters should be equally reached out. And in order to build up the hand, to make it bigger, to make it stronger, to make it grow, you have to extend certain parts of your fingers, certain parts of the star in one direction. More. That means the other ones will crumble down. You get this? So then this is how you basically learn to extend the whole thing even bigger. This is how you cultivate your hand. Now I've tried to put it into different ideas and different constructs for you. And synchronistically we're doing this basically all the freaking damn time. But the main thing is that the human brain likes to travel the same things over and over and over again. Now, I could travel the same path over and over again, and I could still see, because I focus on very little rabbit holes all the damn time, I could still see all different perspectives of life. And this is why I say, and this is why I'm just sharing my knowledge and my language like this, because I know in the end, this is what I do. I shut down my senses and I just talk. Because in the end, I'm like I was saying, I'm a cymatic, I'm a sound shape. I construct the realm with my voice, with my being. And I don't have to even talk because I'm just doing this. And I still send something out with my mind. So this is why it's very important that I take care about my mind state. And this is what you cultivate in the end, in culture. So in culture, we have the problem that culture is working, like I said yesterday, with the finest black magicianal spells and symbols. And to see it from that perspective, you are already been hexed and cursed with it. And me too. You see this? I'm cursed with the summer jam. But basically that's not of like, is it a bad or a good spell? It's not about bad and good, but it's about decoding. Like, can you decode it? Can you read it backwards? Can you read it up and down, left and right? Can you switch up the letters? Can you see one letter on its own? Can you see the color spectrum? Can you see what kind of symbols they put and what kind of symbols they put onto the thing to see it from the source? So this is why I say culture is a game. And it's 100% true. And it's not 100% for me true, but that's truth. I give you, I share with you the most truthful insights that I get for free. Because it's a game anyways. And I'm just here, like I said, for empowering you. Because this is what I like. And this is what I see and what most people would maybe need. But maybe most people don't even need that. Most people just need, but yeah, basically most people need a deprogram. Most people need just to fast. Most people have to shut down their consumerism. Most people have to shut down their mouth and listen more. Because they are full with shit. This is what they talk. This is very sad that most people open up their mouth. This is why I never say never, because it's ever, never, whatever. But I would like that I would go to a demonstration. These people, like, it's part of the game. But it's not about this. You give me my rights, give me more money, give me like, now it's more about Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter. Multicolor lives matter. Lesbian, gay, whatever. Well, the problem is in the first place that you do not know that you are probably an alien. You're an alien, but this sounds very far off the edge, right? But you're a polarian. Polarian means that you're coming from the pole, you're coming from source. I'm from source. What up? I'm an alien. Call me crazy, but I have both. I have every 360 different sexes in me. X's, hexes, sexes, males, females, yin and yang, black and white, man and woman, man. Can you smell? Can you smell? Spell? Get this? No, you're not. Can you ask you what you want? What? I'm crazy. What? Yeah, I'm confusing you, right? I'm doing this from a very lovely perspective. Let me be real here. I'm the last real nigga alive that's official. Why? Why is he N-words? Because the sun is creating melanin, stress in my body, black. I've ingested so much sun in my portals, in my eyes. I've been sun gazing for such a long time that I know these things for a fact, because the sun is one part of the source. The sun is creating melanin, stress in my cells. And then they become arc. So it gets more stressing into my bow, into my spine. So I produce more material, matter, mother. And then I'm using the opposite. I'm using actually the Metra when I've burned it down. And then I construct myself out of the nothing, the source, and I put spells upon me which are universal. So I'm resonating with them on such a level that I can adapt and synchronize with my environment. And I start to see what is going on here. All right, this is how they work. Let's try to be part of it. But in the end, it's a game. It's a lie that people have constructed for themselves in order to survive. Because nobody in the end really knows what's going on, and nobody really knows what is happening after death. And that's why people are afraid of surviving. But it's pointless, because in the end, this is a mind construct. I cannot say I have ideas what's happening and what is working with densities and buoyancies, and how to be connected to different realms that are happening all simultaneously at the same time. We have different bodies in different realms which are occurring at the same moment. And if we die in this realm, we get just to another realm which was coexisting in the same moment, basically, but we've been trapped in this avatar. But we are cultivating and we are collecting things in this realm that we then carry with our avatars into the next one. But basically not with our avatars, but with the soul. Like 21 grams, you heard about that movie? They said that you lose 21 grams when you die, because that might be the weight you weight in this realm. When you die, you lose 21 grams because that might be the weight of your soul. See that? You should wear flat surface soles, because they are your soul. And then you go to the next realm, and you are doing things that you were also doing here in this realm over there. A less densified or more densified version then. So how, like, if, for example, like this is why I say, I cultivate my hands and my feet, and this is why I work out with closed eyes, because this is how I really feel all the power which is in my hand. And when I grab something, I really feel it. I feel all my muscle system, my tendons, my nervous system, and I'm going into that, and I'm feeling where I am, because I'm cultivating my techniques, and I'm cultivating what I'm doing, even though I'm not looking at it. And I still know where I am, where my hands are, where I'm positioning. Because these eyes are fooling. Because these eyes have been lied to with the signs and spells that culture is giving us. Because it does not matter necessarily where I'm going. This is why I say it's important to take the look inward, inside. Feel the intestines, feel the insides of yourself, these receptors of yourself, the receptors inside your own body. Now, how can you would feel it way better if everything starts to be more interconnected inside your own body. Then if you, as within, so without. Now all these esoteric light workers say, as within, so without. But to connect it with yourself in a very intelligent way, you have to interconnect your own avatar with alchemy, with things, science, supplements, make your mind more supple, that everything starts to become more fluid in yourself. So then the whole reality around you, of course, starts to become fluid. If I densify myself, the whole realm around me starts to become more densified. If I'm working out in a very isolated way, I see the isolated things outside of me. If I work out in a very dynamic way, everything around me starts to become very dynamic. Because my whole body is my whole brain. My whole brain is my whole body. My environment is my mind. My mind is my environment. It's all one. Everything at the same time, and not only in one moment, but all the time. And to hold, and that's the tough thing about this realm, to hold this perspective up and to not get lost into the reptilian brain, which can be beneficial for times, but only if it also becomes conscious or subconscious conscious, super conscious. To know at every moment, well, this is always an illusion, but I can use my brain at specific times to get into a mind state which is then at that single moment beneficial to me. So I'm always steering the ship throughout this journey, and I'm always just observing myself and getting reflections back. And this is what the Ouroboros is, the spiraling, the snake eating its own tail, which is occurring at every moment. And this is why I know these things for a fact. And I have not read them, I've read them, I've seen them, I've experienced them, and I'm doing them. It's part of my routine. My roots. Call me crazy, call me whatever you would like to call me, but in the end, that's what you only are for yourself. And I'm just, like I said, trying. I'm not trying. I'm doing my mirror, and I'm loving you, and I'm loving myself from the bottom of my heart. This is why I'm so transparent, synchronistically saying this. And this is why I could go and have different experiences, and that's part of life, that's fun to me. But in the end, this is what I do. I shut down my senses, and I'm listening to good music, which produces a neurochemistry inside my brain, an experience. And I also shut down my senses at the same time. And now I'm just speaking and resonating and vibrating at a very good level to empower you. Like I said, your eyes are feeling, you listen more and feel and sense more inside to become the outsider. I'm the outsider. I'm the outsider. And I'm just observing the shit. And why I say shit? Because it's dense. And it's not that does not mean it's bad, but it's slow. That's why my mind works like this. My mind works so fast that you cannot grab me. You cannot. And you can try to get with your technology into things and try to program something and whatever, but you will never be as fast as my imagination. I'm already inside of you. But I could also help you to get rid of me, and you should learn things from me, and then you should forget me. You should forget me. You should forget me, and you're like, well, this, I don't even know where I get it from. But you think, oh, that's what I am. I learned this. You basically learned it from me, but you should not remember that you got it from me. You should think that you got it from yourself, but you didn't get it from yourself. And this is how knowledge survives and knowledge passes on and wisdom passes on. And I'm just a wisdom, a wise heart keeper. I'm an earth keeper, I'm a heart keeper. I keep knowledge, I keep time to myself, and I share it from the bottom of my heart because it's damn important that humans see their own creation and potential again. Gain your own potential. Because basically the most easiest way would be to plug something into me, and then you synchronize your brain with my brain. But that would be a very artificial way to see it. So I try to give it to you from a more organic perspective, which is language, which is slower than my imagination. My brain is way faster than what I could ever speak. But you see that I'm just speaking, and everything which comes out of my mouth is completely true, and you should just shut your damn mouth and listen more to what I speak and practice that then, and forget about me. You should shut down your senses in order to activate them more. Activate your nose, mouth, eyes, tongue, skin. Become your senses. Become your senses, and then you really see and smell and taste and hear what's going on. And then you will be very, very surprised. You rise the submarine. You lift up the unconscious, the subconscious into the conscious. So you become the superconscious, because you connect the subconscious with the conscious. And this is what is helping your brain to understand what is going on there. And funny enough, this is what's been always inside of you. This is why you see this mirror, and this is why you're presented with that knowledge. And in the end, if only myself is listening to these videos and is doing these videos and is rewatching them, that's good also, because in the end it's a representation to myself and of myself, because that's what I am, and I stay true to this. And if you think I've completely lost my mind, that's not the case. I've not lost my mind. I know that it's the tough part to me is just sometimes to readapt to this things which are going on, and to undo the spells which I do myself, which I put myself under. And this is like, I'm my own biggest critic. I'm very structured with myself, and sometimes I'm like, you know what, let's just like forget about all of this chaos. But this game is very ill. This game is such an ill place because, let's go to the start again. We are here and we have been fallen into this existence because we should cultivate ourselves out of this. And we have to get back to our own God code, to our own spiritual self, spirituality, and seeing the own creation in myself, seeing my own creation outside of myself, and facing my own creation and accepting my own creation as a direct reflection and a direct creation. And that's direct, erect, spine. I've been like, this is the temple of God. I've decoded that for you. I just, without even paper and pens and just out of my mouth. Like, then there you see how my brain works. Because this is true. This is 100% true what I'm giving you. Because I have not the intention to sell you something. I have the intention to give you the closest and realest mirror of yourself to yourself. This is my intention. And I pay the price for it. And the price is that basically I get everything that I want because I just sit here and observe it. And then just people, sometimes they are worried about me and I'm like, okay, yeah, well, you maybe here you get some presents. And I don't even sometimes know if I want them. I was like, okay, let's work with them. Because I know for a fact, the more empty I am, the more imagination I get. And the better I see behind the layer, the occult, the hidden version of it, the subconscious. And I shut down my ego. I shut down my reptilian brain, and my ego and my reptilian brain becomes part of my synchronistically all body, all mind. So I'm like, okay, I just tolerate it. I'm like, okay, I accept you the way it is. I accept the thing the way it is. But I'm criticizing it in order to empower it. But I also accept it. I accept it, I work with it, I find out what it is, and then I criticize it. Like this is what a gourmet chef restaurant critic does. I ingest the shit, and I'm like, thank you for this. I tolerate it, and I give you just my representation of it, my interpretation, my reception. And this is why I'm so successfully with the things I want to have, because I know for a fact I will get where I want to be, and this is where I want to be. I know that, and I will get where I want to be. And there are not many places basically where I want to be, because I am always in myself, and I like it in myself. I'm like, you know what? I don't take care about this. I like it the way it is. I'm accepting this. I will go to the seashells, to the nutshell, because what do I have on the seashells? On the seashells, and this is why I'm speaking openly about it, and so I attract it, and so I'm feeling already a kind of slow rush in my under kundalini spine. Why do I want to go to the seashells? Because on the seashells, in the nutshell, in the seashell, I have what? I can be naked there. I have sun. I have water. I have locally grown organic fruits. Like what else? Good weather, I'm going there with my beautiful partner, girl, woman. And we have nature. I have an island mentality. You get this? Listen, island mentality. I landed on mentality. Mentality. Tropical animals, chilled out people. I like this, just like this mirror. Drive around on the island, go snorkeling, lay down on the beach, go into the ocean. Beautiful sensations, right? And that's what it is. It's an interpretation of my senses. But because your senses are so fucking full stuffed, your receptors are so full, you're not your receptors are not empty. This is why you try to force and push, and you push something, you stuff more shit into your receptors, and then you have the audacity to claim and try to say, yeah. Now I'm escaping the shit. Patterns of escapism. Yeah, but it's you all the freaking damn time. So just push a bit more through and see the beauty in the small things. Like, it's a quest of perception. It's a quest of perspective. It's what you're working with. Work with the tools that you're presented with. And what kind of mirror do you present yourself with? I present myself a beautiful mirror, and I have all these insights because my eyes inside of me are working. Like, literally my inner system is working. Why don't you think would you think the things that I'm spelling and speaking would work if I wouldn't be so fresh and so clean inside? Although I'm sometimes looking like I'm pretty much dead, or I'm so like exhausted, but I enjoy it, you know. I enjoy the exhaustion of myself, because I know, like I told you, for me it's about, like, in the end it's about holding up a lineage, holding up a way, a Tao, a way of cultivation, a way, a track, a wisdom keeper. I'm a wisdom keeper. I keep, but basically I'm not keeping the wisdom. I'm a wisdom giver. I'm the giver. I would give you everything that I have, and because of this, I'm receiving whatever I would like to have, because I know it's a game, and I'm working with it. And I could go everywhere where I would like to go. But in the end, I set things out because there is really nowhere to go. There's no way to go, because it's an interpretation of myself. It's a perspective. So if I'm walking or if I'm sitting, that's a quest of perception. That's a quest of perspective. So I don't care, right? Like, I could do these shit things. You're like, yeah, I don't know. It's like, that's like, okay, why should I do it? Like, okay, interesting. But can like be above that, you know? And not like to be, I'm above you. It's not about like I'm above you. I'm like, I'm with you and I'm supporting you, but I can tell you, I don't know, you should probably like get out of this ego thing. And if you think like I'm presenting myself here, this is not because I'm doing this for myself. I'm doing this to hold up, like I said, the wisdom. Because I don't see many sources which are really pushing the wisdom, pushing the wizardry, pushing the magic. And you know, like, then funny enough, like if you have the eyes to see, there's sitting magic in everything. And there's sitting, like, everything sits in everything. Because it's all already synced. But like I said, you have to be more, you don't have to do anything. But fast more in order to unlock your own magical senses. Because like I said, it's about the receptors in yourself, in your brain, in your intestines, on your hands. Let everything flow throughout the avatar better. So yeah, that's it. So I do my, let's program myself more in the seashells. I will go to the seashells with my wife, or like not wife yet, but with my girlfriend. We will go to the seashells. In a nutshell, we will go to the seashell. And I was giving you the reason why. Because there's sun, we could go snorkeling, fishing, enjoying, driving around on the island with a car, enjoying ourselves. And you see, like, I'm doing the magic right now. I'm doing the imagination of the seashells. And I'm constantly programming myself onto this. So, basically, I am already there. And then I imagine this, and I'm like, because I have already seen this. And I'm very thankful to my father, because we were going there already when I was younger. And this is why I have the representation in my brain already of the senses and the experiences that I already had over there. So this is why I would like to have them again and to share. And see, that's the thing, to share that with somebody. But in the end, it's myself who's experiencing it. And then to feel and sense more and to become the ocean. I'm emptying out myself, and then I ingest certain things which are benefiting to me, which are beneficial to my system. And that's how I do my tricks. To make my mind more supple with supple minds. I'm an addict to supple minds, and I appreciate that. And I just become myself. Why self? Be self? What self? Who self? Yeah. Like, you know, in the end, I know for, like, what I'm teaching with this is to be more tolerant with myself. And to be more, like, even though if you like nothing with what I'm saying right now, and you think I'm completely out of mind, I'm completely crazy, I'm teaching you to just be like, even like if you do not appreciate that, I'm teaching you subconsciously to become more tolerant with others and with yourself. And that is already a God thing. If you made it into this video for like 1 hour and 4 minutes, and if you're there already, you've understand now, or you've not, I don't know if you've understand it, but you've probably you're under my spell, which is hopefully a good thing for you. Which like I'm like you. Like I said, you should think that you are doing your own work and you have not been programmed by me. But in the end, I'm programmed to you. I'm programmed to you to empower you. Like the program John Shamanic, the program John Schunemann is here to give you your power back. John Schunemann is a very powerful program to yourself. I'm a program. But originally I'm Source. John Schunemann is should be named John Source. J Source. Jesus. So I told you what I am. I told you who I am. I'm Jesus. I'll carry the cross for you. Because you've been lied to. Because you've been under the spell of religion. You've been on the legion. I'm in a League of Legends. Because I know how it works. And I have the code to see beyond I have the code to see beyond my tricks. I know that I'm fooling myself with this shit. But I enjoy it. I'm like, yo, this dream state that I'm in, this is a dream. Let's make the dream more humble, enjoyable, sensible, empowerable. Spell it differently. And this is why sometimes, like, yeah, you would talk about truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance, and sometimes you use that rude language because that's part of me, and I appreciate that, and that's how I spell it out. It's a ventil, but also it's helping you to be actually more tolerant, and that's helping me to be more tolerant with myself, and that's how I appreciate myself. And this is like, first of all, I could start to use a symbol to be like, this is John Shamanic. I create this magic symbol for you in order to sell you something. Nah, this would be far away from Source. I just give you the true image of myself, which is just like literally out of the mirror. That's how I am. That's what I do. That's how I live. That's what I am. And I do not use makeup. I don't make something up. Yeah, you're a male, you shouldn't use makeup. Although all these freaking humans are using makeup all the time, don't even knowing that they are making up shit. They're making up shit and not talking real. That's why I'm very curious and conscious about what I'm listening to, what I'm taking a look at, what I'm spelling, what I'm speaking, what I'm being. Because this society is dangerous. If you go out and if you have an open system, you are tricked by it and you don't even notice. That's why I'm here. I'm here to give you your power back, your own imaginational magic, your own powers, your own creational potential. So thank you for listening to me. Thank you for sharing your time, your emitting of consciousness with me. Clean out your senses or do nothing what I say, and think more for yourself and appreciate who you are. Build up your character, build up your persona. Become a real one and share whoever you are, because you are loved and you are appreciated. Although in the end it's all you. It's all you. It's all me. And we are one. So take more truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance out and in, and connect yourself with all the beautiful things around you, and see the beauty in everything and see the hate in everything. Hate it and fast it out. Build it out. Construct and deconstruct, because that's life. It's a breath in, breath out breath. building up and destroying, become life in its full range of motion. Alright? All left, all zero, holistically seen. Share gnosis and share knowledge, share wisdom. Be yourself, be true, spell things out, spell things in, enjoy life, and focus on your dream. I will go to the seashells and I will love it to be there. And I will be on the seashells. I am already in the seashell, in a nutshell, because there's a water realm. That's Shaman Truth spitting level infinity. Truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance. Take care and construct your own source. Be source. G source. Outsource. In source.